That be bombed, Clee be doomed. Those are the survival rules that the Knights of Favonius gave me. La la la. These bombs, so heavy. La la la.
Güle güle. Güle güle.
Dodoko? Dodoko, where are you?
Please be quiet within the premises and refrain from making a racket.
These bombs! Da da da! La la la!
Thank you for coming on such short notice, Honorary Knight. Well, to make a long story short, there's a particular matter at hand that the Knights requires your assistance with. Yes, it has been one thing after another recently. Neither myself nor any of the Mondstadt garrison are able to catch a moment. I have recently received multiple reports from the Knights of someone within the Lawrence clan having close dealings with
The Fatui? But who are...
There was a dark period in Mondstadt's history when the aristocracy ruled over the city. The hard-won freedom that followed with the fall of Decarabian was lost once again as slavery spread throughout the land. The first Dandelion Knight, Vanessa, spearheaded the revolution that overthrew the old aristocratic system and established the Knights of Favonius, leading Mondstadt to become the city that you see today. The aristocrats that had oppressed the people of Mondstadt were none other than the Lawrence clan.
Oh, Paimon gets it! So the clan's descendants are now scheming with the bad guys to carry out more dubious deeds.
We suspect as much, though we have yet to obtain any solid evidence. The reason I summoned you here today is to ask you to help us further investigate this matter. Unfortunately, the Knights of Favonius and the aristocracy have been at odds with one another for as long as I can remember. We've already considered every possible way of resolving our differences, but it seems the descendants of the aristocracy remain antagonistic towards the Knight. No matter what stance we take when dealing with them, the outcome we could come knocking on their door on the grounds of a search warrant. But if the all of our past efforts would have been wasted. You are in fact the best candidate to represent the Knights of Favonius, but you need not emphasize your role as the honorary knight. You're a traveler from a distant land, and you can approach the aristocrats in this way. Once you come to friendly terms with the Lawrence clan, you should be in a good position to learn—
Whoa! Leave it to Master Jean to come—
Perhaps such plans have become second nature after all the diplomatic issues I've dealt with. The name of the Lawrence clan member in question is Schubert. Lately, he can often be— It is said that he is difficult to get along with due to his temperamental disposition, but if we approach him calmly— Thanks again for your help.
La la la.
Huh? Who are you?
Hello, we're here
Hello? Did I hear you correctly? Hello? Huh. And I suppose you think that you can simply strut up here and greet me in such an ignoble, and given that I don't recognize you, I can only assume that you are a traveler of some variety. I'll have you know that if you wish to address me, you'd best consider your words more carefully. Now, if you're somehow capable of understanding anything I've said, then you will get down on your knees, apologize for your—
That's etiquette? Paimon's never heard of something so complicated before.
In former times, when people knew their place and respected traditions, such conduct was only basic courtesy and neglecting your manners would result in a swift whipping. But look at the world now. Rules have been thrown to the wayside and manners forgotten. I cannot— What did you say? You dare question the dignity of the nobility? I'll have you know that though the Lawrence clan is in decline, myself and others of noble blood are looking for a chance to restore our rightful honor. Just look around. The people are unruly and undisciplined. I, however, strive to retain the elegance and etiquette of the nobility. Save your words. I find your manners and bearing Besides, I am in no way obligated to instruct commoners on basic courtesy. Now I have more pressing—
So this is what Master Jean meant by difficult to get along with. Let's head back and talk things over with her.
Well, if it isn't the honorary knight! I'm just on my way out to gather some intel. I didn't expect to run into you. Huh? Judging by your expression, you must have run into some trouble.
Master Jean tasked us with a special assignment, but things seem to have...
No need to get down on yourself. Sometimes things just don't turn out as planned. Even I can't guarantee useful intel every time. You just have to keep at it and never give up. Hey, why don't you let me try to help? What's the...
Master Jean asked us to build a connection with someone named Schubert Lawrence, but it turns out that he's a peculiar character that doesn't listen to anyone, especially Paimon.
Aha, Schubert! I know him. Let me guess. He said you didn't have... I've been on the receiving end of his lectures many a time. The Lawrence clan can be...
You mean...
As aristocrats, they believe there should be a certain distance between themselves and common folk. I understand their thinking, but that's just not how things are anymore. However, there is one exception among the Lawrence clan. My good buddy, Eula.
Buddy?
That's right. Not only is she from the Lawrence clan, but she's also captain of the Knights of Favonia's 4th company. Eula is special. She's not quite like the other members of her clan. In other words, she doesn't really adhere to the strict rules and conventions of her family. However, she's still quite knowledgeable about dealing with the Lawrences. I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you...
That's strange. If Eula is a member of the Lawrence clan...
well, it's a little complicated. Basically, the Lawrence clan has frowned upon the fact that Eula joined the Knights. Her family members don't particularly care for her. In their eyes, Eula is nothing but a traitor to the family. She's very easy to get along with. Just explain this. In fact, I think she's out in the wilderness on patrol this morning.
Thanks, Amber.
Good luck, you two.
Who would have guessed the Knights have a member of the Lawrence clan? Well, if you want to learn about the conduct of the Lawrence clan, who better to ask than one of their own family members? The Fatui! What are they doing here? Is that why Eula was sent on patrol here? Let's fight first and talk later!
Born of ice and frost.
You don't think twice before reaching for your sword, do you? Do you have any idea how long I've been tracking these targets? And now you get to stake a claim. You think you're stronger because you got to them first? Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.
What?
That's right. I heard the commotion and came as swiftly as I could, only to find you two already fighting the Fatui. Not only that, you are making quick work of them too. If I didn't make my move, you would have been able to take all the credit. Still, I'm glad you're unscathed. Confronting that number of Fatui at once can be dangerous.
Sorry, Paimon doesn't understand what you mean.
Concern? Why would I be concerned for the safety of my arch-enemies?
Arch-enemies? Wait a minute! You were saying how glad you were that we were unscathed a second ago!
By which I meant, if you were injured, I'd have to escort 2 strangers guilty of stealing my targets all the way back to Mondstadt, which would mean you'd cause me even more trouble. My vengeance would be swift—
Huh? So that's how you see all this?
Yes, that's me.
Paimon thinks she's pretty strange.
You dare to call someone you've just met strange? Forget the aristocracy. That's rude even by normal standards. Speaking of which, how do you know my name?
This is the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius. And speaking of rude, we're trying to investigate an aristocrat named Schubert Lawrence. He's so obsessed with etiquette that he's not even willing to speak with us.
I understand now. That's my uncle, all right. But why do you mean to investigate him? I see. You have some nerve to faming a family member right in front of me. I will have vengeance for this too.
No. This is an assignment from Master Jean. It's just an investigation, that's all.
To the everyday citizens of Mondstadt, everyone in the Lawrence clan is scum. It's natural for rumors and unwarranted gossip to lead to such suspicion.
Hard to avoid such a reputation when you're known as the ruthless rulers of old Mondstadt.
Oh, so that's what you think of me? Yet another transgression to avenge.
But didn't you say it first?
Curious. We've only just met, and you've already given me 3 causes for vengeance. It's been a while since I've encountered anyone as interesting as you. I assume you need me to teach you the conduct of the Lawrence clan. Only then will you finally be able to communicate with my uncle, correct?
That's right. Amber told...
Well then, let's begin your training immediately. It'll be easier to train when we're back in Mondstadt. We can put that aside for now. Besides, if it's the acting Grandmaster's assignment, and Amber's the one who recommended me, I should comply.
Paimon's confused. This girl's all... Still, Paimon has met bigger weirdos before.
You finally arrived. There's no time to spare, so...
Wait, hold on. There's something we need to clear up first. Otherwise it'll keep bugging us.
So that's still on your mind, huh? Maybe you're the ones who can't let things go. Don't worry, there's a time and place for exacting vengeance. Besides, I'm not in the mood for any right now. Best save it for later.
You need to be in the right mood for vengeance.
I already have a long list of vengeance to exact. Even if I wanted to begin now, I'd have to start in the right order. Who knows how long it will be before I get to you?
Well, if you have so much to take care of, what...
Absolutely not. Stealing my targets, calling me a ruthless ruler, and suspecting my uncle. All worthy of vengeance in my eyes. But you needn't worry, at least not whilst we're investigating this matter. I'm sure you're familiar with the phrase, a man of moral integrity. If Uncle Schubert didn't commit any wrongdoing, then any such investigation will prove fruitless. But if he did commit a wrongful act, then he should be... I'm sure you understand. Good. Now, there are 2 key points that aristocrats attach great importance to. Your manner of speech and your bearing. Let's begin with your manner of speech. Aristocrats have a very unique way of carrying conversation, even with mundane daily topics.
Oh, Paimon's already learned, so mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Not even close. And besides, it sounds strange.
Hey! Paimon learned it from you! It seems you don't respect...
No, I've no need to trouble myself with such frivolous formalities. Here, allow me to demonstrate. For example, when greeting a friend, you could say, "As the morning dew greets the coming dawn, so do I greet you, my dear friend."
As the morning dew does what now?
However, such a phrase may only be used during the morning hours. Also, the party with whom you're speaking must be of approximately the same status as you. Morning dew is not uncommon, so it expresses that friendship should not be measured by value, yet also suggests that friendship between aristocrats is pure like water. Oh, no. You must be prudent with your words. Calling someone a good friend could easily offend them.
But didn't you just say my dear friend in your example?
Yes, I did. But you must know in the Lawrence family, Dear friend is a set phrase that can only be used towards certain friends with whom one is acquainted, but not particularly close. It sounds much more pleasant to call an acquaintance a dear friend. So, another thing to remember. Aristocrats are concerned with face and being polite. However, if you were to use dear friend to address an intimate friend, the recipient would think that you were deliberately trying to estrange them. This is only the first step in making a greeting. After addressing one another, you then exchange courtesies.
Wait. Perhaps it would be better.
Very well. Come with me. We'll choose some bystanders to converse with.
Oh, you're Eula of the Lawrence clan, right? This can't be good.
You there, lowly laborer. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility... What comes next? Oh, right. By solemnly kneeling to the ground with utmost sincerity.
Huh? I can't make heads or tails of anything you're saying.
Hold on. What did they always teach me? Whenever a dispute arises, protection of your family's prestige and dignity always takes precedence. Got it. As a lowly commoner, you shall maintain absolute reverence when speaking with those under which you so graciously toil. How dare you speak in such a manner?
Is everyone from the Lawrence clan so strange? The days of the Lawrence clan's tyranny have long passed. I don't care what you're trying to do. Just beat it. Like I said, I don't care what you're doing. I have nothing to say to any member of the Lawrence. And here's a word of advice. I wouldn't be caught dead walking too closely with any one of their like in Mondstadt. If that's all, I'll be going. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself if we talk any longer.
Hey! Don't leave! Halt! Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Wow. The Lawrence name really does carry a terrible reputation.
Never mind him. I could have predicted as much.
Woo!
You there, lowly toiler. You please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by... Huh? Why don't you respond? According to the custom, I must wait until you kneel completely before I can say the next words. Right. I mustn't look at you too long, or I'll be drawing more attention to our difference in status. Oh dear, I've already stared at you for quite a while. Fine. You may spare yourself the formality of kneeling, as it may be a little inconvenient. I shall continue. Oh, wait. I think there's a line for people with rude attitudes in this situation.
Hey! Stop bothering me or else I might say something you wouldn't like to hear. Then again, I've got no words for anyone from the Lawrence clan.
Again? What's with this attitude?
Yes, I don't think his attitude will change. If I keep grandstanding like this, the outcome won't be... I'll remember your unwillingness to comply. You there, lowly work...
Yeah, I've already heard it all before. Look, just spare me the time. Our answer's always the same. We've got nothing to say to the likes of you. I mean, seriously, can't you just take a hint?
Please calm down. We don't want to cause any trouble.
I know she's a knight of Favonius, and that the knights wouldn't misplace their trust, but the name Lawrence carries too much weight with. Even to this very day, the descendants of the Lawrence clan are still... And if that wasn't enough... Here you are purposefully using their awkward way of speaking just to put on an act? Don't you care for the feelings of us ordinary folk?
You have a point, but mark my words, this transgression will not go unnoticed.
Huh? You want to fight? Listen here, I may be no match for you, but I'll be sure to lodge a complaint with the Knights of Favonius. I'm sorry, but I want her to understand that I'm serious. Listen here. If you don't want things to get more unpleasant, then you'd better just stop.
Forget it. There's no point in quarreling any further. Let's go. It's all right. This happens quite...
Paimon thinks we should apologize for asking you to demonstrate for us. We had no idea.
What can we do? The Lauren's name is already a dirty word among every household in Mondstadt. Even 3-year-olds know the story. I see this kind of attitude. Don't worry. What with me being a Knight of Favonius, they're usually willing to speak a few words with me. Perhaps my aristocratic manner of speech provoked them today. Believe me, it's not a big issue.
So this is the way things are normally for you?
That's the way things are. Perhaps it's just fate for those who have made mistakes. Accepting punishment is only fair, right? But when your family has committed atrocities, I'm afraid there's... As memories are carried in the city breeze, at least I have a means of living a relatively normal life compared to the elders of my family. I have...
Yeah! Why were you...
Oh, that reminds me. That last person... Let's leave it at that. But unfortunately, you probably didn't learn much from those conversations.
No need! Besides, the Traveler's pretty sharp, and nothing... Right? Right? We'll just have to roll with it. Let's just keep Eula from...
Well then, I'm glad you learned something. You're already... A proper manner of speech is more aesthetic than anything else. But we must also practice your bearing. I have a very effective way of training...
It's so...
If you wish to truly achieve the dignified conduct of an aristocrat, you must learn to remain composed. For example, you can see that part of the path up ahead is quite... But a well-trained aristocrat would not only effortlessly proceed forward, but do so without a stain on their garment and their elegant...
Paimon thinks we've left the realm of aristocrat compared to what we've already seen. This should be a piece of cake. Uh-huh. This is where you can...
All right, let's get started. Remember, you must be graceful and elegant. Don't get No touching!
We're way behind schedule. We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda...
Not bad. A lot better than I had anticipated, at least.
Paimon, so, are we aristocrats now?
Don't This scenario was relatively simple. In the face of there's a ley line monolith just up ahead. True elegance is the ability to calmly yet My family set only the highest Let's proceed. This is the ley line monolith. Go ahead, activate it. But be careful not to get launched into the air or frozen while fighting. That would be most unsightly.
Born of ice and frost.
And you managed to remain calm even in these grueling dragon spine surroundings. Given such an outstanding performance...
Like Paimon said... so, that's it...
Hold on. I was commending the Traveler's performance just now.
What? You mean Paimon was also part of the...
Yes, of course. You were frantically flying and dashing about throughout the entire thing. Did you even listen to anything I was trying to teach you?
Yeah, that's it. It's too cold here. Besides, Paimon was...
Whatever the reason, not heeding my instructions. Now.
Huh? What is it? Are you trying to poison
Certainly not. It's warm milk. Didn't you just say that you were freezing? Drink it and it'll help warm you up.
Oh, thank you.
If I wasn't, then why would I care about you being cold? If you turned into a Paimon popsicle, that would ruin my plans for vengeance now, wouldn't it? So, dear friend, don't die on me out here.
something was off.
All in the name of vengeance. Now then, given that your training is complete, it's time we return to Mondstadt. I already have something in mind.
The air is just right. Oh, hey, Eula. I see you've met the honorary...
We meet again, Amber. Seems we're just bound to run into you these days.
Well, I just got back and was thinking about grabbing a bite at Good Hunter.
Very well. It's been some time since we've last shared a meal. Come, take a seat. We can discuss...
Yes? Is there something else you'd like to order?
Could you please prepare a serving of my uncle's favorite, gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut? We'll take it as a gift to him later.
Coming right up. It'll take some time to prepare. I'll have it here at the counter once it's ready.
Hold on a moment. Is this satisfying salad also some...
No, she didn't order it. But because she didn't order any vegetables, I thought I'd throw in a salad on the house. You know, to contrast all the meat dishes.
So, we clearly didn't order this. Yet you prepared it without authorization.
You're gonna take revenge on her for giving us a free salad?
You should know me by now. That's the kind of villainous character I am. Well then... please wait a moment while I get the dish for your uncle started.
Delicious unauthorized delicacies. Sarah will pay for this.
Why would you choose gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut as a gift for your uncle?
This dish isn't actually on Good Hunter's menu. Only long-standing patrons such as my uncle would know about the dish.
Because of the sour flavor of the sauerkraut, not too many people are fond of it these days. I guess it's become less popular over time. Eula treated me to the dish once, and I couldn't even finish a bite. I've nicknamed it gebratenes Fleisch mit Vengeance ever since. Ugh.
I never expected us to have such completely different tastes in food. If I weren't in such a good mood, I'd say that Of course not. It's hard to find someone in
It's fine when you're just joking between us, but I'm afraid our honorary knight might miss... Eula's always talking about vengeance, but that's just how she is. It's nothing...
But I am serious. And I'll remember every transgression committed against me.
Paimon's starting to realize that Eula is actually a very good person. There's no need to be so awkward when you...
Listen, you've never been labeled as a social pariah, have...
What?
So that's why you wouldn't understand how hard it is for a bad person to try to be good. It's impossible for me, and I have no intention of acting like a good person. All right, no need to look so sullen. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm stuffed. I'll see Sarah about the bill.
No need. I've left the mora under the plate. If you try to settle it with her in person, she won't accept payment for the salad. Don't underestimate my ability to exact revenge. Sarah won't get the upper hand this time. All right. Next, you should pay my uncle a visit. He has a small camp at the top of the mountain near Springvale. He usually whiles his time away there.
Aren't you coming?
I'm afraid that wouldn't be very convenient. Ah, yes. Please do remember to pick...
I still have more recon to do in the wilderness.
Let's meet again. What?
Here, the gebratenes Fleisch mit... And by the way, don't worry too much when Eula says strange things. She's actually a very...
Paimon's been meaning to ask. No one could stand the sight of, but she seemed to get along fine with you and Amber.
The people of Mondstadt don't take kindly to... They're unable to see past her family. Therefore, they don't... So no matter what Eula tries to do, it's seen as a wrongdoing. It essentially strips...
How come you're able...
Well, when she joined the Knights of Favonius, it caused quite an uproar. Many people signed a petition demanding that the Knights reverse their decision. At the same time, numerous members of the Lawrence clan crowded the entrance of the Knights of...
Whoa!
That's right. So you can imagine how determined Eula, but thanks to Grandmaster Varka and the unwavering attitudes of others in the Knights of Favonia, in the eyes of the people, she's a stain on the Knights of Favonius. And in the eyes of the Lawrence clan, but she simply fulfills her duty as a knight. People like Eula should be approached with care and understanding. I believe a day will come.
Once everything's settled, we should go talk.
I'm glad. Take care. Please.
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda.
The tent seems to be pretty tattered, but there's a really fancy chin. Could this be another aristocrat?
Ah, it's you again. I thought I had rid myself of you two. A few humble words, huh? Yes, that sounds appropriate enough. Very well. I'm certainly not one to be narrow-minded.
Wow, this guy thinks so highly of himself.
It appears I have misjudged you. Supreme brilliance. The glory... Impressive. My intentions were to test your humility.
Oh, so he was testing us.
Your conduct is satisfactory. I must say, such progress in such a short time is practically unfathomable. If I may ask, from whence did you learn such a civilized manner of speech? Ah, good. Very good. You are bright, and compared with the common folk of Mondstadt, you certainly have potential.
By the way, we brought a gift. Paimon means we would like to present you with a small token.
Could this be? It's evident that your sentiment is genuine. As a young person nowadays, only with no small effort could you achieve. It's been so long since I dug into a big, tasty... I beg your pardon. What I mean to say is, since it's nearly mealtime, I shall partake. Ah, yes, this aroma, just as I remember it.
Now even Paimon's starting to wonder what it tastes like.
I acknowledge your genuine goodwill. Such sincerity must certainly imply... wait, so you've come to know of this, too? It was meant to be a family secret. Well, considering your meticulous etiquette, you must please come with me. We have to see some friends from a distant land.
So he trusts us solely based on your etiquette.
Well then, let's get going, shall we?
Do you think his friends are the Fatui? Things will get sticky if the Fatui happen to recognize you. What should we do?
Huh? Why have you put on a mask all of a sudden? Even if they are powerful, our status is much higher than theirs in the land of Mondstadt, and therefore we shouldn't allow them to admire our true faces so easily. I see.
Good thinking. Paimon thought for sure they'd recognize.
Let's proceed, shall we? As you'll see in a moment, there are many already helping us. I heard that this area had already been purged once by the Knights of Favonius, but it's the only place around Mondstadt that is well concealed and spacious enough. Although it has fallen into disrepair and does not suit the tastes of the nobility, we simply have to make do for now.
Sorry, can we walk any faster?
Of course not. An aristocrat always moves with grace in his steps.
As expected, it's the Fatui!
As expected?
Because we always see them around the city. They must be very powerful.
Huh. Nothing more than foreign ruffians with power and the ability to flaunt it. But they are favorable business.
Hold it right there! Who's this?
If you really must know, they're my guests. If you happen to offend them in even the slightest, then you will—
But this matter is of utmost secrecy. We must exercise caution.
You dare question the ways of a nobleman? I don't have—
No need to sound all high and mighty like that. Fine. You may proceed.
Nothing here with us. They don't dare to question you.
Of course, that is the benefit of prestige. In past times, it would be a dire offense to speak to a nobleman in such a manner. We could determine a person's fate with the blink of an eye. Huh. And such glory will return to me again before long.
Where have I seen this person before? And who, may I ask, is this? We mustn't bring just anyone in here.
This is our new ally that I've recently met. They are completely trustworthy. You have the word of the Lawrence clan.
Our plans are strictly confidential. It's not wise to bring in an out. Furthermore, there's been word that an outlander who joined the Knights of Favonius has been very active in Mondstadt recently.
Don't be ridiculous. Besides, my guest is well versed in the etiquette of the nobility. The Knights of Favonius pay no regard to such details. They could never understand the intricacies of our etiquette.
And what about this thing?
You mean Paimon?
Enough! You dare question my word? Need I remind you who it is who has made your activity in Mondstadt possible? Without the support of the Lawrence clan, you would have all been driven out by the Knights of Favonius. You must immediately offer your sincerest apologies to my—
Fine. I'll take your word and make no further inquiries. Now, to the matter at hand. Did you bring the diagram of Mondstadt's defenses as promised?
Oh, so that's what's going on here.
Yes, of course. Here it is.
Let me see. Why is it so poorly drawn? Everything's so squig—
Excuse me? I'll have you know that I went to great lengths to carefully draw— That shape is the symbol of the Knights of Favonius.
I see. Crude, but—
Of course, you needn't worry about that. Don't forget what we agreed upon. The flag of the Lawrence clan will fly above the Knights of Favonius. The rights to that building, as well as the whole of Mondstadt, belong to the Lawrence clan.
Yes, we will both profit from this agreement. There's no use haggling over the detail. We will make good use of the intel you provided. Also, be certain not to divulge our identity. There would be—
Don't worry, this matter is only between you and I. And my new friend here. No one else will know of it. Once this is over, I shall stand atop the Favonius headquarters and rebuke their pathetic rule over Mondstadt. Then the city and— Perfect. Just as it—
May I remind you once again that we mustn't act rashly.
Very well.
Huh? What are you doing?
That's right! It's the Honorary Knight and their trusty companion Paimon! We're here to crush your evil schemes into dust! Dust!
So this was all just a ploy to deceive me!
It's your own fault! Who would put so much trust in someone based purely on their manners?
After so much planning, this is how it ends? Huh! We'll see about that!
Just as I expected. I knew I should have never trusted these foolish aristocrats. No matter. We already have the intel we...
They're running off in different directions. Paimon remembers that this place is a dead end. Let's take care of the Fatui first and then deal with Schubert later.
Not too far. This is bad.
No touching!
The door is open! Let's go! Is that Eula?
Don't touch me! Get out of my way!
It seems we finally caught up with you. This place is crawling with Fatu. Oh, it's you. It seems your investigation went well.
Aha! I see now. So you're the one that taught them our etiquette. And I thought you despised. Furthermore, there is a rule in our family. Such traditions...
Ah, yes. Rings a bell. So what? I had no reason not to teach them.
You have brought shame to our family.
I know that you poured great efforts into these plans, Uncle. But you were well aware that it was not the right thing to do. As a Knight of Favonius, I could not—
Knight of Favonius? Let's get one thing straight. I am your... You still have a chance. Defeat every Knight of Favonius here, and leave with me. Then I shall plead with the family to spare you, and give you a new beginning.
So just to be clear, you want a Knight of Favonius to attack the Knights of Favonius?
I shall say this one last time. The blood of the Lawrence clan flows in your veins. You must...
Since when have I ever complied with the will of the family?
Why, you unruly maid!
If anyone should be angry, it should be me. As a member of the Lawrence clan, had you ever stopped to consider the trouble it would bring to so many people? Had you considered how many enemies you would make trying to keep the plans under wraps?
You dare lecture me!
That's right. In the name of the family that you so dearly revere, Uncle Schubert. I've never experienced the age of glory you always speak of. And I've never understood our family. But I am capable of discerning right from wrong. And I deeply understand what freedom means to the people of Mondstadt. The Lawrence clan should never and will never become what you've dreamed it to be.
Oh, the disgrace of it all!
Things are starting to get pretty hysterical.
That's enough fuss for today. You two, take him away. Given that you've already taken action, I assume you've come across some conclusive evidence?
Paimon took a peek at their diagram. Your uncle had mapped out all of the knights.
And there was me thinking that he was just another elder of the family. And a lazy one at that. Let's discuss this later. More speed. More speed.
They're here! Stop them!
Beg for mercy.
Gather!
Crush! Shudder!
I must collect.
Rack and ruin!
Counterattack. Take cover. This is trouble.
Crush!
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Gather!
Vengeance will be mine! Beg for mercy!
You can't run.
More speed!
Looks like
Eye for an eye!
counterattack. Finally. So quiet.
Rack and ruin!
Hurry up. But unfortunate fault.
Crush!
Cook this through. Put your back into it.
Shudder!
Get out of this quickly.
Crush! More speed!
Time to fulfill my duty.
Flood of frost! Shudder!
It's time for a break yet.
Crush!
Gather!
Beg for mercy!
My work.
Access denied! No touching!
I slipped up. First. Must counterattack.
Gather!
I condemn you!
Finally.
More speed!
So quiet.
Shudder!
La la la. That's where they put the diagram.
Just here, huh? I guess there's no other option but to fight.
Crush!
You dare provoke me! Fatui, come forth and dispose of them!
Shudder!
Harden up!
I condemn you!
I must collect myself. I must counterattack!
Crush! This must be it. But without my uncle as their puppet.
The Fatui wouldn't have relied only...
True. But if their plan had hinged purely on taking Mondstadt by force, as opposed to it, the Fatui are dishonest, but they wouldn't go as far as to start an open war. Their opposition wouldn't just... Anyway, I'll inform the acting Grandmaster.
Oh yeah!
Yeah, about that. Because you stole my targets by attacking the Fatui I'd been tracking, I came to exact my vengeance. You tried to do my job for me, and I'm here to return the favor.
Finally, after all this time, in reality, you sensed that you were worried about us and your...
My purpose was vengeance. Don't twist this. You don't look too bright, but it turned... And mark my words.
Hey, what are you...
You have seeded a deep enmity, but even if you were to be completely destroyed, I would never forget you.
Bring it on!
I like your fighting spirit. I'll take this diagram.
Sure. Well,
That you will. And
He's fine.
Solidify!
Shadows of fate. Dumpy dump. Wheel of life.
delves into death.
Gather! I will have order. Crumble! Solidify!
Fine, fine,
Yahoo! Access denied. Next on the no touching, born of ice and frost. Brace yourselves. Think you can get away? Wouldn't gliding be fast? Access denied. No touching. We're way beyond. Access denied. La la la.
Solidify!
Jumpy jump!
Go.
Blazing away! Boing boing boom!
Quake!
Let me scry.
Stabilize!
Sparks and flash!
Stabilize!
Jumpy dumpy go!
Life goes on.
Delve into destiny!
No touching.
Verdict is... Can't run!
Let's play. Yahoo! Wind, hear me. Next, born of ice and frost.
Stay right there. This isn't good.
La la la! Boing boing boom! Jumpy dumpy!
Go.
Fate is upon you!
Gather! Order guide you.
for takeoff.
Burn!
No touching. I swear by my sword. For Rex Lapis.
Retribution!
Rise. Let me scry.
Stabilize!
Burn them all out! Da da da, la la la. Ah! Ah! Boing, boing, boom! Da da da. Blazing delight! Woo! Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Delve into destiny.
Gather!
Pew! La la la. Yeah.
Crumble!
Boing, boing, boing.
Here to play with me. Let me amuse myself a little. Here we go. Born of ice and frost. Look at me. No touching. Let's play. Born of ice and frost. No touching.
These bombs, so heavy.